Hello, Gail here again. Ooh, what's the temperature today? Well, we've had the heater on in here for about half an hour and it's now 16 degrees. But I'm okay because I've got my cardigan on, my jumper, my t-shirt, my 2 skirts and of course my scarf. It was 1 when I came in, so it's heated up a bit, thank goodness. Although the water in the dehumidifier was frozen. Anyway, everything looks okay. So, first of all, I'm going to show you what I've been knitting. Now, I've knitted this for a present for somebody, so I hope nobody who's getting a present off me is watching. But it's a scarf. So I just did ordinary knit. Is that called garter stitch? And then when it was scarf length, I crocheted on a fancy end. And I've not blocked it yet, that's why it's a bit curvy. You think that looks nice? Trying to cut down on costs this year. So there's the crocheted end. I crocheted all the way around and then I did 2 ends. The other end is the same. And I'm doing another one because I'm doing this for 2 people. Now I did order this cotton, but it came too late for that scarf. So I'm going to do the other scarf a bit different because, you know, they won't know. So this is the knitting and these are the colours, because obviously I do it all online and I couldn't really tell from the computer which one went best. So I got 4. So it's not that one, is it? Which one goes best, do you think? I might combine those 2 because they are very thin. Can you see how thin that is? Wait for it to focus. Come on, focus. Anyway, it's quite thin. And we'll see what that like. Yeah, of course, I don't mind crocheting because it's very easy to undo. So there's some Christmas presents that I'm busy doing, as all my time is made up of knitting now these days. When I've done that, I'm going to make a doll for my granddaughter. I bought this panel. Isn't she cute? So of course, before I cut it out, I'm going to trace the pattern, and the fabric is a lovely soft velour, and she comes with a dress. Here's the dress and the nappy. I thought it was a nice little panel for a 1-year-old, and it comes with a dummy. No, it's not a dummy, is it? It's a bottle. Now the bottle is very clever, and the hands, because it comes with magnets that you put inside the hands and inside the bottle, and then she can hold her own bottle. So I think that might my granddaughter might enjoy having a little doll that does the same things as she does. Have a nappy change and drink from a bottle, although she doesn't really drink from a bottle very much now, but she knows what one is. So I'm going to do that as soon as I finish this. I have bought lots of fabrics. I spend all my time ordering fabrics and waiting for them to arrive. So I got this one off my D-Stash group. That was like 70p. And I got these 2 from a new fabric supplier. They're nice, aren't they? And I got this because, oh, they're just gorgeous. So this is what I've got for Christmas. I've got other things for Christmas, but this is, I said to my husband, oh, can I have them? Because we're trying to spend less money, you know, because of the fuel costs. Although it's too cold at the moment not to put any form of heating on. Flipping heck, we tried sitting there freezing, and it's just not good for you. So we've had a week of central heating, and this week we're doing the gas fire, and then we're going to compare how much electricity that took. Aren't they lovely? I don't know who they buy. They buy a new designer to me. I've not bought from this person before. I don't think it's written on any of these pieces. Let's see if I've got an edge where they have the writing. Here's one. Okay, it's by Dan Morris. I have heard of Dan Morris. He's well known. It's very nice. It's very me. Don't know what I'm going to make, of course, but I thought they were lovely, along with everything else. I also got a top-up of Robin Pickens. Now, I love Robin Pickens, and I've already got this fabric, but I bought some more because it's just lovely, isn't it? And I can't resist. I can't resist a bargain. And the more fabric you have, of course, the bigger a quilt you can make. And I like big ones because we don't want drafts over the edge, you know. I don't know if I tell you about the quilt I made, and it was about 6 foot square, and my husband complained that it didn't completely cover us both and he was getting a draft, so I had to unpick all the binding, and I added about another 18 inches to it, so that's our biggest quilt now. So that would be 78, would it be, inches wide. I got some of this. This is another layer cake, 10-inch squares of different fabrics. Some fabrics you get 2 of, some you don't. Let's see if I can show you. I ordered this way back in April or something, so it's taken ages for it to come. So there's lots of fabrics in there, orange. And I bought this. Now this one is flannel, so it's lovely and soft, you know, like brush cotton. And that's got lots of oranges in, and greens and autumn colours. And I bought this specifically to go with this set. This is flannel, but this is all checks. So I bought that and that to make a lovely warm quilt. I have to wait till after Christmas though, because I've got lots of things to do. So after I've finished this next scarf and done the crochet edging, then I'm going to make my doll, and then I've got 2 baby quilts to finish. One needs quilting and the other one just needs a bit of embroidery over a slight design error, shall I say. Anyway, apart from that, oh, I also bought this. I bought a magazine, a crochet magazine, because I don't buy magazines, because me and my husband, we did subscribe to magazines, but when all the fuel costs went up and we thought, where can we get money from? Of course, I could sell some fabric, couldn't I? Has anyone got any money to buy it though? Anyway, we cancelled our subscriptions, our magazine subscriptions. So it's very tempting to go out and think, oh, I'll buy that magazine. But no, we cancelled the subscription to save money, so I don't buy them. But this one, it was on special offer for a subscription. I think it was something like £5 for 3 issues. And I said to my husband, shall I get it? And he said no, because we've stopped our subscriptions. So I bought just that one magazine because it had this in it. I love the flower fairies. And my granddaughter, I have collected a few flower fairy fabrics to make her a quilt when she's a bit older. And these are crocheted flower fairies. Aren't they lovely? And there's one a month. You see, you get the picture. And the writing, written by the original designer. Somewhere I'll find out who the original designer is. From the original flower fairies. Who on earth wrote them? Cecily Mary Barker. So there's the original ones. And then she's made crochet ones. So you can compare them. So I don't know what month that is, but that there is the blue flower fairy. And then when you look on the front, there's the blue flower fairy. Compare again. It's got little blue hats and white wings and blue clothes, and there it is. So they've done quite a good representation, haven't they? They look quite twiddly. I don't know how my big fat fingers will get on making those, but I do like crochet, and I thought at some point she might like those. Not obviously now while she's 1, but you know, maybe when she's 5, 4. 4 or 5, or maybe even later than that. Anyway, I bought the magazine. Very interesting as well it is. Just for that, which was very naughty of me, but at least I only limited it to 1 and not a subscription, even though it was on special offer. What else have I done? I've also done something else. I've forgotten now though. Oh, another Christmas present I have ordered. I don't know if you watch Sewing Street, but last week on Sewing Street there was a blanket kit, and it's all Aran. Now I have knit Aran before, but it was 30 years ago when I had more time and energy, and I started a jumper. I never finished it and I've no idea where the wool's gone. Anyway, this blanket, it's in stripes, and you just knit a stripe with an Aran pattern on, and each stripe is different, a different colour with a different Aran pattern, and a different width. So you end up doing lots and lots of practice of one Aran stitch, and then you crochet them all together, and it's a lovely thick blanket. It's lovely thick wool. Anyway, they sold out on Sewing Street because I don't watch it while it's on live. I watch it later on, and very often they've sold out of things. Saves money. And anyway, I found somewhere else that sold it, so I'm having that for Christmas, along with that chunk of fabric there. All those, in fact, they're half meters, not fat quarters, these ones. Woo! And then I'm going to try, I know I've said this before, I'm going to try and stop buying fabric, because although I have got some coming actually, because you know I can't afford it. You know, it's so worrying, the cost of the fuel. And never mind the cost of the fuel, food. I mean, I buy most of my food online because I can't get round the supermarket, it's too painful. And I put things I want in my basket, and then I have to go to the basket and chuck things out that I don't need, because it costs so much. You wouldn't believe how much the shopping is costing just for 2 people. And of course, and then we've got Christmas, all the Christmas food. I've tried to keep ahead of myself, and most things I've got in the freezer, although we have had to eat a lot of food out of the freezer to make room for the food for Christmas. And last week when it all came, and I sorted out all the freezers and I put everything away, and I said, and this is what we're having for tea tonight, and we're having that for tea tomorrow. And then I turned around and my turkey was there on the counter, forgotten about. So I had to have another think about what we were going to be eating. Anyway, it all fit in the end. So I've got all the essentials. I've got the turkey. My milkman is bringing me all the vegetables, and I've got bits of party food for the day that my daughters are coming round with their partners and children. I've got, you know, bits, sausage rolls and quiches and things like that, all frozen. Because I used to always make quiches for Christmas, but yeah, it's just a bit much for me now. I can't stand up at the cooker so much as I used to because my knee is so painful. And last week I had a terrible bad back. Anyway, it's a good job my hobby doesn't involve standing up, isn't it? That I can just sit down and sew or crochet or knit, and you know, listen to the telly, talk to my husband. He's going back to work in the new year, so he's much recovered. And everywhere is very frosty. I know lots of places have got snow. We've got no snow. I sprang out of bed this morning because I saw that the people across the road's roof, which I could see from lying in bed, was all white. So I jumped up thinking, oh, snow. But no, it was just frost. And a lot of it is all defrosted now anyway. Here where I live, we don't get a lot of snow really. Sometimes you get, you know, the snow falling, but it doesn't seem to cover the place. Mind you, it did once. I remember waking up and the tree outside the bedroom, well, it's outside the front of the house and our bedroom's at the front. And it was covered in snow. It was like that deep. And I thought, ooh, this could possibly mean a day off work. Anyway, I didn't jump out of bed and get ready for work. I phoned them up, and the caretaker answered the phone, and he said, oh yeah, everyone's coming in. Yeah, everyone's been phoning up, but as far as I know, we're still open. I said, oh, okay. Then I was thinking, got to make me way for work for all that snow, because I don't drive, as you know, I used to walk. Anyway, then I get a phone call off a work colleague saying school's closed. And I said, how do you know? And she said, because the boss has phoned up and told me. And I said, well, the caretaker has, I've just spoken to says it's open. She said, oh God, I'll better phone the boss and tell him that the caretaker doesn't know. Anyway, yeah, we didn't go in because the staff couldn't get in, the boss couldn't get in. There just wasn't enough people to go in and make the place workable. That was lovely, staying in bed looking at all that snow. And of course the children, although the children might even have left home by then. But when they were young, the children loved snow. Well, all children love snow, don't they? So do adults, I think, until it comes time for slipping. You know, kids, woo, let's slide. Adults, ah. I remember once my mum walking down the road and I was watching her from the bedroom window and she was clung to a tree. It was so slippy. She was stood there, clung. So my husband, he had to run down the road and save her. Because young people don't seem to be as scared of slipping, do they? Of course, at the moment, all I'm scared about is bashing my teeth in. I don't want my teeth to be smashed in. Who does, actually? Yeah, that's just one of my worries. I spend a lot of time looking at the floor so I don't trip over and bash my teeth in. Anyway, I've got lots to do and I'm sure you have too. So I'm going to get on with, drawing the pattern of my granddaughter's dolly. And I think I'll go in for the knitting. I don't need to sit out here in the cold. Well, it's not cold. What is it now? 18 degrees now. It's getting nice and warm. In fact, soon it might overtake the house. Anyway, that's beside the point. I shall go. I shall talk to you again before Christmas, and I hope this leaves you well. Bye bye.